Hey, what's up, you guys? This is Sheila Bila, and I'm coming to you with another review of Tyler Perry's Zatima. I think the episode is almost over because I believe it's like 10 episodes. And after this one that I'm reviewing, I have one more to do, and it will be uploading right after this one. So make sure when you watch this one and you go over and watch episode 10 and you like that one as well. But anyway, we're back. This episode was a lot. And I was like, okay, is this what we doing? But anyway, we start off the episode. It picks up where it left off, where Zach is on his knee in front of the entire restaurant and he is proposing to Fatima. He's just like, yeah, will you marry me? And she said, are you serious? Yes, I'm serious. I mean, I'm in front of everybody on my knee. I thought about this for a while and I know this is what I want. So she just kind of was looking down at him and left him kind of hanging. And everybody was looking. So she telling everybody, y'all ain't got to keep looking at us. Keep eating y'all food. I'm like, Fatima, you can't get mad at them because they trying to figure out what you going to say, girl. Because I was looking too like, what you going to do? You just stand up there looking at him like that. But anyway, so she sits down and he just like, really? Are you going to do this? Like, I'm in front of everybody on my knees in my good suit with this ring asking you to be my wife. And she's like, is this really what you want? He says, yes. He said that water is dry without her. The sky is not as blue without her. And her house, his house, is not a home without her. A room is not a room. Shout out to Luther Vandross. But anyway, he on his knee, he crying. He's telling her how much he loved her. Ever since the day he met her, he knew that he was gonna be with her. She just brought so much joy in his life, and he crying. Fatima looking at him crying, and then she's like, "Yes, yes, I'll marry you." And then now I don't know how many people was in this restaurant, but when I tell you it sounded like it was maybe 300 people clapping at the same time. I said, man, it sounds like it's a lot of people in there. But anyway, they are getting married. And he said this. What he said, I love you. We together. We Zatima for the rest of our life. And then she said something like they argue like they married couple. They argue too much. And he said something to the effect of, well, that's what married people do. Something like that. But he ended up putting in, you, me, I'm you, we Zatima. All right. And she was like, oh, okay. So they happy. Now they leave in the restaurant, right? So as they leave in the restaurant, she talking about, oh, she did say that she wants some dessert. He said, okay, just order anything you want. He was like, she said, nah, she got to looking down like, you what I want, Zaddy. I'm ready to get you home, Mr. Fiance. He like, all right, well, shoot, let's go. So she said, you gonna pay? He said, I ain't paying nobody. So they just run out the restaurant and don't even pay. I'm like, I guess Tyler Perry gonna foot the bill. Anyway, so they get in the car and they're talking and they're happy. And she was telling Zach that he is like too much to deal with. And he was just like, I mean, well, you dealing with it. But she was just like, you come with a lot, which he do because he needs baby mamas, babies. He started from the bottom. Now he here. And then she brings up his friends because she was saying like, you know, who your best friend, and he said that she his best friend. And then he started talking about, well, before he started talking about Bryce, she was like, you gonna have to, get your friends together because at the end of the day, if you don't feel comfortable with your friends, then you're gonna have to choose your right friends because your friends really don't like me like that. And they are producing poison. And she don't want him to start thinking about what his friends say and start believing it. And he's just like, well, they good people. They don't mean no harm. They just want him to, I guess, make the best decisions. She's just like, okay, whatever. And then he tells her, like, you are they best friends. And she was happy. And then he brings up Bryce. So she was like, hold on, me and Bryce, we two different people. Like, why you bringing up Bryce? He said, well, I just think Bryce is cool people. And Yeah. So she was like, I really don't trust Bryce. You know, Bryce ain't. I still got to figure out what Bryce is trying to do. And Zach, he goes on to defend Bryce, but then he said something strange happened. She said, "What? What you mean?" He asked me, "Am I bisexual?" And Fatima is like, "Why would he ask you that? I don't understand. Where would that come from?" He said, "I don't either, but yeah, I mean, I was drunk and I made the statement that we should get married." And Fatima like, "What you talking?" Really, Zach? But he said, "I said pause." I was like, "Pause. Just put your brain in Fatima body and it'll be good." She was like, "Really?" "No, because we think a lot alike. You know, we think alike." She was just like, "Okay, whatever." And then he goes on to say that he was drunk and he got undressed before he was finna get in the shower. And Bryce was just kind of, I guess, hanging around to make sure that he was going to be good. And then Fatima was just like, "Well, you know, I get him undressed in front of my girlfriends too. It ain't no problem." And Zach like, "Yeah, you know, I get him undressed in front of my friends too. So, you know, at the gym and all that stuff. So it ain't no issue." All right. So everybody get undressed in front of everybody. But in this particular situation, Bryce liked when you got undressed because he kept touching on your chest, your back, almost your Botox. But anyway, so Fatima is just like, "Well, you need to check that because whatever it is, it's gonna come back. And remember that I shoot men too." I said, "I know you do, girl. You shoot men, women, dogs, cats, anybody that's gonna come and be a hindrance to your relationship. We already know you got it." All right. So as they pulling up to the house, Deja, with her two-piece on, bent over talking about her car won't start. And Fatima like, "What you mean?" You know? So yeah, I'm jumping. So she over there, Zach, can you help me? My car won't start. And Zach is just like, "Oh, what's wrong with it?" "I don't know. It just won't start." So then, as she's complaining about her car not starting, Fatima then gets out of the car. And she looking at her like, "This girl gonna make me want to punch her for real." So she like, "Yeah, I need your help, Zach. I need your help." Fatima like, "Do you really think he finna look at your car with this suit on?" And Zach trying to keep the peace. He like, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." You know what I'm saying? "I'll go in and change clothes." Fatima like, "You ain't got to change clothes for her. This ain't nothing but a setup. Why don't you call a ride share?" "Well, I got a late night gig and I'm gonna be up too late and I need my car to get back home." She said, "Girl, they run 24 hours. So you can get a ride there and you can get a ride back." And then Zach just like, I don't worry about it. I'll just go change clothes." And then Fatima tells Zach, "Go on, yeah, go on. Go on upstairs and change your clothes. Go on." And then Zach look at Fatima like, "Hold on, wait. So you finna be out here with her?" She said, "I got this. Go on up in the house." And then he tries to take her purse. "No, give me my purse." "Take my purse." So he gone in the house. He tried to be quick. And now Deja looking at her talking about, "Well, I see you dressed down. Maybe you can't help me." Because Fatima said, "Well, how about I just look at it?" And I was like, Deja real shady talking about this girl dressed down, not with her heels on and her pretty red dress. But anyway, so she goes and she looks inside under Deja's hood and say, "Girl, really? You gonna play with me like this? Your car ain't working because you unhooked the cable." "What?" Fatima said, "Girl, please don't play with me. I'm trying my best not to jump on you. So you gonna have to figure something out. This is my man, and you not gonna be getting him. Like, calm yourself down." And then you got the tool in your hand to fix your car. She said, "Oh, I do, don't I? I do, don't I?" And Fatima, she threatened her and stuff. Said, "Don't play with her, cause this ain't what you want. And you need to go ahead and hook your cable up and go on about your business." All right. So she goes to do what she do. After Fatima talk cold hard cash to her. So then Fatima comes up in the house, in the room. Zach Zach got on his wife beaters and red basketball shorts. I think Fatima called them pink shorts, but anyway. And Fatima like, "Where you going? You ain't going out there with that on." And he like, "What? I'm going to go fix the girl car."
She said, well, the girl gone. Don't worry about it. She gone. What you mean she gone? She gone. What you do to her, Fatima? What? She fixed her car. Come on, Zach, quit playing. You knew what she was doing. The girl unhooked her own cable. Well, why would she do that? If I was Fatima, I probably would have slapped him in the back of his head like, boy, if you don't wake up and see what she doing, I mean, come on. And then she said, you need to get your tenant in check. She trying to get you, Zach. Well, it's cool. I'm just, I'm gonna have to take care of it. I'm just trying to get through these 6 months. She was like, yeah. Oh, and Fatima also told her that the rent is due on the 1st at 9 o'clock. And if that rent ain't here by 9:01, then you getting escorted off the premises, getting kicked out. But anyway, so Fatima was looking at Zach like, you looking real, good in your basketball shorts and your white beater with your chain on. And so he told me, what you trying to do? You trying to role play? You got your ring on? You want to be role playing? And she just like, well, yeah, keep it what you want to do. What you want to do? She tell him to keep his basketball trunks on and keep the and keep the necklace on because she liked the way the necklace hit her in the back of her head. I said, girl, you kind of dangerous. But how low do he be on the back of your head for that chain to be hitting you in the back of your head like that? So he must be laying directly on her back because that chain ain't that long. Maybe I'm thinking about this too hard. But anyway, so he flips her over, throw her on the bed, and, so it's the next morning. For some reason, Zach wakes up and he says that Fatima wakes up in the around, I guess, 4 a.m.-ish and applies her makeup and then lay back in the bed. Like, I woke up like this. I woke up like this. I said, girl, your face ain't itching? So you just keep on makeup all night? Your pillows ain't got makeup on it? So what kind of makeup you got on? The one that don't rub off? Yeah, dog. Child, I'm not a makeup girl. So whatever my husband see, whatever my husband see when I wake up is what he gonna get. Because sometimes the hair ain't laid. It's all over my head. I have slob and crust in my eyes. And if he dare to say something crazy to me, it is gonna be an issue. So I don't have time to be makeup on. My face too sensitive for that. I be itching and scratching. Have all kind of bumps and blemishes on my face. Child, please, y'all finna be married now. He need to see the real you, girl. Wig, no wig. Face, no face. Beat, no beat. Breath, stanky. Anyway, so they talking. Zach want to have another session. She said, I got to get up in the morning. Well, I got to get up and go to work. He was like, man, it's going to be raining. We need to be in the bed. We need to be just having a day off. She said, no, I got to get up. I got to go to work. He like, okay, well, whatever. So then they start talking about Bryce again and says that he has to go because him and Bryce found a building where he is starting to get his real estate business, taken off the ground. So she's like, I'm so proud of you. Good job, good job. And that's one thing I do like about Fatima. She really encourages him to push for his dreams. And that's what he like about her too. And he said, well, you know what? I can't make no moves until you come and see it. And that's what I like about him too, because he always make it a point to include Fatima on big decisions, except for when he mad. But other than that, and drunk. But other than that, they gonna try to talk it out and get it all going, right? So she said, all right, well, I'll come by there later. But for right now, I'm finna get in the shower. He was like, well, I'm finna get in the shower too. I'm about to come too. She said, no, you not. And then she gets in and she locks the door. He said, oh, you gonna lock that door? I bet Deja let me in. Girl, why she open that door real quick? I would have threw my pillow at him. Don't you be bringing up in my house. Quit playing with me. Please. Because she said earlier too, you need to get your tenant because I'm trying to protect you from yourself. But I'm just like, y'all finna be married. And I know Zach done got around a lot, but trust has to be in there somewhere. But anyway, so he opened the door. He talking about, no, Fatima opens the door when he made the whole Deja comment. And he said, oh, too soon? She said, yeah, quit playing with me. And so then she looked at him like, well, come on in here. Well, I guess Deja is some competition, huh? Don't she kind of look like Andy on Sisters? I think they favor. Is it just me? Let me know. Anyway, so Fatima back at the office. She having a good day. She is lit up with her pretty blue on. And she's joyful. She sees Angela at the job. They meet up at the counter and say, hey girl, what you doing? Nothing. You look pretty too. Oh yeah. You know that Bryce and Zach going into business together. Yeah, I do know that. But he want me to come over there and see the office. Have you seen the office yet? No, I ain't seen the office yet. You want to ride with me to go over there? Yeah, girl, we can ride after we leave from here. All right, baby. All right, girl. I'll see you later. All right, bye. Anyway, so Deja outside with this one piece on and her sparkle underbra, bralette or whatever this thing is. She's smoking weed. She's smoking. She does make it a point to do everything on the front lawn. Anyway, so Zach comes out with his suit on. Here go Deja. Hey, I'm sorry about last night. You know about the whole car situation. He like, oh, it's good, it's good. Talking about, yeah, I heard you and your girl. Y'all was, oh, give it to me, daddy. Give it to me, daddy. And she said she used her vibrator on her the whole night while she heard them doing it. He like, oh, okay. Well, you have a good day. And quit smoking on the lawn, doing all that. Well, shoot. Tell me, he said his kids around here. She said, shoot, where you think I got it from? I got it from the kids. They smoke more weed than me. All right. So you gonna come in? You can come in anytime you want. Come on over. Come on. I'm not going in there with you, Deja. Go ahead and do what you need to do. So Zach gets in his car, right? He about to pull over. And then she starts saying stuff like, yeah, whatever you was doing to your girl, it must ain't been working because she left out of here like she's still stressed. And you stressed out too. So everybody's stressed out over there, So he stops the car, jumps out. Ain't nobody stressed. So he takes the blunt because she thinking he finna come over there and jump up and down on her. But he gets her and take the blunt, throws on the ground and get to stomping on it. And she just like, oh, okay. So you don't want to come in? Girl, no. All right. So he gets in his car and he leaves. But lo and behold, somebody is peeking around the house. And guess who it is? Dun, dun, dun. It's Nate. I'm like, Nate, don't you supposed to be at work? Nate, where your wife at? Nate, where your kids at? So you that miserable to where you finna have to pay this woman for your attention? But anyway, I didn't know it was that deep. Child. So he all up in her house. They drinking, they smoking. He telling her, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want Zach to find out. For some reason, she's saying that Zach talked to him any kind of way. But Nate is a cornball. Nate get on people's nerves. So if I was Zach, I wouldn't talk to him the right way neither because he always got something negative to say. But anyway, in Deja's head, she feels like once Zach know that her and Nathan are messing around or they together, then that's going to make Zach jealous and going to want to be with her. I'm like, what in the logic is this? Girl, did you not see his wife, his fiance threaten you? Do you really think that he finna leave Fatima to run around with you because you can't pay your rent and you doing all these other things to get your rent paid? So you do a little side of prostitution, stripper, and nail tech. I get it. You an entrepreneur on all levels. So Nate and her, they get to straddling and they do whatever they do. So Zach and Bryce are at the office. And you know what I was thinking too? When I see the sign rise. And I was like, dang, that sign don't even look the same no more. And it's funny. Zach said the same thing. I said, dang, Zach, we thinking the same way. But anyway, so they talking. Bryce continuously bring up the whole bisexual comment, right? And Zach is trying to understand, why do you keep bringing this up? Why? Well, I'm not trying to make you upset. Zach said, you're not making me upset by thinking that I'm gay. I don't have no problem with that because I told you who I am. My issue is, where is it coming from? Why are you constantly bringing up this conversation? Bryce like, oh no, it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. And he's just like, okay, so we gonna leave it alone. We gonna throw it out there to the wind, and we gonna do this business. That's what we here for. And then he looks at the sign and says, Rise don't seem that Rise ain't the same Rise that I originally thought in my head. This is looking all kind of suspect. But anyway, so Zach, he goes into the room to go get the laptop and all of that stuff so they can meet back and go over the properties that they want to invest in. So Angela and Fatima, they're riding, right? They're going together over to see Zach and Bryce's new office space. So as they're riding along, they have this conversation about dating somebody that's bisexual. Fatima, what's up, girl? Would you date anybody? I'm jumping ahead. So Angela says she likes the car and all that stuff. And as Fatima is going around her steering wheel, that's when Angela sees the ring, the engagement ring. And Angela is like, what? Y'all gonna really do this? She said, yeah, girl, I got the ring on. She said, so you okay with it, everything? She said, girl, yeah. I mean, I can always say no. It is what it is right now. I'm finna be Mrs. Taylor, honey. So what? So she just like, okay, well, congratulations. And then they get off into, so what you think about Bryce? You still like him, right? Yeah, I'm happy for Bryce. I think he good for me and all this, right? So then, hold on, I need to drink some water. So then Angela brings up the whole situation about, would you date somebody that's bisexual? And Fatima like, I don't have nothing against people that are bisexual, but would I personally date one? No. And Angela is over there making faces like, girl. I'm like, what you making faces for? Your man and one bisexual. Anyway, so what about you? Would you do that? She was just like, well, no. And then Angela brings up Zach. Why are you bringing up Zach? Because I think Zach is bisexual. Why would you think that Zach is bisexual, Angela? Because, he just, I don't know, Bryce talk about him all the time. He's always mentioning Zach's name. And Fatina's like, well, if Bryce is the one that's always mentioning Zach's name, wouldn't that make Bryce bisexual? And she's like, well, and it's strange because I met a lot of Bryce's friends and they're gay. So you never asked Bryce, is he gay or is he bisexual? I mean, have you? And she's just like, well, no, and the only straight one is Zach. So then they get to thinking, right? They get to thinking, oh, the only thing I can think of as far as Fatima about the whole bisexual thing, because Zach mentioned to me that Bryce asked him, was he bisexual? And they brought up the whole thing when he was drunk and he said the thing about getting married and they got naked. And Angela is like, well, I mean, we do that. And I know people do that. So that doesn't mean anything. And then, what night was this? This was the night when he rescued him from the stripper. He was drunk. That's the night that Bryce came home extremely hard. Girl, do you think he was thinking about Zach? Ooh, I hope not. I don't want to think about that myself. Child, you better check your man, Angela. You sitting over here looking at Zach, making it seem like Zach is the one out here bisexual, but in actuality, it's your man. And there's another point that I wanted to bring out, because back originally, when Bryce and Zach were talking,
Bryce had made the comment that they were solid. And Zach is like, what do you mean solid? He was like, solid, like solid. What do you mean solid? I mean, I don't understand. He said, well, it means that both parties are straight. They not gay. But they are straight. They have girlfriends, but they sleep with each other. The men sleep with each other. I was like, well, you not straight then. That's bisexual, ain't it? When two men that got girlfriends, but the men still sleeping together, that's bisexual, right? Gay, bisexual? I don't know all the terms, but they ain't straight. Anyway, so I forgot to mention that when they had the whole conversation, and Zach was saying that he was going to throw it away. They weren't going to talk about it no more. So Fatima and Angela, they're on their way to see the property. So back at the property, Zach and Bryce, they're outside of the ride sign and they're looking at properties. So as they're looking at properties, Bryce is just staring at Zach in so much admiration. Zach is talking about these properties. I don't want this one. I want this one. I think this one look good. This one is a little bit too old. And then Bryce says, am I too close to you? He was like, no, you fine. Come on. Just look at these properties. We trying to get this work done. So Bryce gets a little closer. I know Zach felt that hot breathing on the back of his neck because Bryce is relatively tall. And yeah, he was kind of hovering over Zach. And he was like, come on, man, just get this done, right? So then Bryce has said, I can't stop these feelings. Okay, I like you, Zach. Well, yeah, I like you too, but I like these properties. We need to get this going on. So Zach is focused in his laptop looking at these properties. He said, no, I really like you. And Zach looked over, and then Bryce reaches in for the kill, the kiss. That did not land because that fist met them lips and Bryce's face met that flow. Please don't play with a real one. I said, Bryce, you need to learn how to bob and weave. If you're going to be sitting up here trying to kiss somebody like that, after he told you that he wasn't gay. Anyway, so, y'all, that he on the floor, Fatima and Angela comes in. They're looking like, oh my God, what is going on here? Dun, dun, dun. This is Tyler Perry Zatima, Season 1, Episode 9. I'm about to go ahead and review Episode 10. So after you leave here, go ahead and go watch that one. And have a great day. Sheila Bila. Bye. Like, comment, and subscribe.